5:05.
Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. New York Rangers and Pittsburgh Penguins tied 1-1, end of one. And the big story here, of course, if you joined us late, it's no April Fools. Michel Bergeron, for 2 years the head coach of the New York Rangers, fired this morning. Phil Esposito has taken over. He will be the head coach for the remainder of this season and the entire season next year. A lot of pressure on both men. It was a situation in which it got, I guess, working conditions between the two became unbearable, and Phil Esposito went to his bosses and asked for their approval to dismiss Michel Bergeron, and they gave him the vote of confidence because they backed him up.
Well, Jack Diller, who runs the Rangers above Phil Esposito, was here with Phil Esposito this morning and handled some of the questions from the press, etc. And yes, Phil did get permission to do it, and I think you can tell that Phil has to run this team not only this year but next season too, and that must have been an important part of the whole situation, Sam. It's again a situation where Michel Bergeron, some people think unjustly, was fired. He was in a situation where he was not given a playoff game, but the two, Phil Esposito and Michel Bergeron, could not coexist. It was something that was going to happen. We thought, personally, in thinking about it, may have happened, was going to perhaps happen this summer, but it happened a lot sooner than we thought.
A big question mark with 2 games remaining in the regular season. The other question will be how the players will react, how the team will play under Phil Esposito. John spoke with Captain Kelly Kissio earlier today.
Kelly, I guess the players were first told by Michel Bergeron. What exactly did Michel Bergeron say to you players?
Just came in the dressing room. We gathered in the dressing room and just said that he'd been fired this morning, and that was about it. He just shook hands and it was all done.
Did he show very much emotion at all?
Oh, definitely. He's a very emotional guy. Everybody who watched the Rangers knew, you know, what kind of temper he had and how emotional he was, and I think it's emotional for everybody.
What was the first reaction at the news by the players themselves?
Well, it was just we were all stunned. We've been working pretty hard lately, and things just hadn't worked out for us. And with all the injuries, it's a tough thing to happen.
I understand the next meeting was held by Phil Esposito with you players. What was that all about?
Well, he just wanted to square some of the air that nothing was, you know, on our heads. It was just between him and Phil and Michel, and not to worry about anything and just go out and do our jobs and work hard.
The players themselves, and you're the captain of the players, was there any feelings over the last few months about the ability of Michel Bergeron as a coach?
I don't think so. You know, a lot of guys were in dog houses for a while, and you know, it's tough on some players, but some players were going well, and some guys have to play a little more. And that I think on any team, there's always guys that are, you know, mad at the coach for not playing or different reasons, and you know, it was no different here.
So Michel Bergeron is dismissed as coach of the New York Rangers. Personally, John, I think he did a good job. Once he got to know the players last year, I thought we saw the job he could do. The Rangers failed to make the playoffs, but that was, I think, more a cause of the system, because the Rangers were 1/500 last season. I thought when healthy, he showed he could do a good job because the Rangers were one of the top teams in the league this season.
Sure were. Over the last 2 seasons, for a large part of the time, this team handled themselves very, very well. The bottom line is this. Phil Esposito and Michel Bergeron did not get along. They could not coexist any longer. One was the boss of the other. That's simple arithmetic. Phil Esposito removed Michel Bergeron because they could not exist, and Phil feels that right now is the proper time, and that is the bottom line.
That's it. And that's the story here at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. The other story, the Rangers and the Penguins playing for second place, tied 1-1. We'll be right back.
Looking for a great truck or a great truck deal needn't be a challenge. MAZDA trucks have been rated the most reliable truck sold in America. The MAZDA warranty is the best in the truck business. And right now, you can really clean up. With $750 cash back from MAZDA on all our trucks. $750 in cold, hard, wet cash.
See your local Mazda dealer today and get $750 cash back on all trucks.
Tara Meyer's dream of a beautiful wedding almost ended 2 months ago in a car accident. Unfortunately, she wasn't wearing a seatbelt and her face shattered the windshield. But because the windshield was a new type, developed by DuPont, the razor-sharp glass stayed outside, away from Tara's face. At DuPont, we make the things that make a difference. Better things for better living.
Every time I see my wife color her hair, the mixing, the mess, I'm glad I've got Grecian Formula 16 to get rid of gray. Grecian isn't a dye, it's a clear liquid. Just comb in a few drops a day, and gradually, week by week, natural-looking color comes back. Then use it once a week to keep it that way. I'd go nuts waiting 40 minutes.
I slave over my hair, but with Grecian, you guys have it so easy.
Grecian, the no-mess way to get rid of gray, gradually.
The Hertz New York Guide to the Sport of a T-Bird. The fast break, double coverage, and of course the extra point.
Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. Rangers and Penguins tied 1-1. And as you well know, the other Esposito, Tony, is the head man here in Pittsburgh. And John had a chance to speak with him earlier this evening.
Thank you very much, Sam. With me, Vice President and General Manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Tony Esposito. And Tony, the big news today regarding the Rangers is the firing of Michel Bergeron. Your brother takes over. The playoffs are right around the corner. With this happening, what do you expect from the Rangers? Does that at all worry the Penguins with the change?
Certainly it worries us. Sometimes when you switch coaches, it seems to give the opposing team a real lift, and Phil knows the personnel. I think that he'll do a very good job, and it's scary to us because we don't know what to expect, but we expect them to be real tough and physical, and I don't know what's going to happen in the playoffs, but we'll give everything we got.
A couple of weeks ago, there was talk here in Pittsburgh of perhaps a coaching change. Gino Briaco, of course, has been the coach all season long, and the talk was after a game that if the Penguins lost that game, the change would be made. It never happened, even though the club did lose that game. Was there any truth to that?
There's no truth at all. I never even thought about it once, about replacing Gino Briaco. He's doing a good job for us, and I expect him to be around for many years to come.
Your club has had a solid season. You've rebuilt the Penguin image here in Pittsburgh. The sellouts have been wonderful. Playoffs are on the corner, first time in a number of seasons. Is it a necessity for your team to win the first round as far as Tony Esposito thinks?
Well, I'm interested in them playing very well. If we lose because somebody gets hot, a goaltender or something like that, or that kind of a situation, or we get a major injury, you got to live with it. But as long as we play very good hockey up to our potential, I'll be satisfied. But you can only do you can only play as well as you can. And if the Rangers play better and they deserve it, then they're going to beat us. But I expected a few of our leaders to come to the front.
Does home ice mean a lot to you?
Sure does. Not recently. We were having a real tough time with it here, but I think in the playoffs it's a big advantage, especially starting. You don't have that extra travel.
You mentioned your leaders have to come to the forefront, the obvious ones in goal, Tom Barrasso, defense with Paul Coffey, and up front with the big guy, Mario Lemieux. Who else has to perform well for you, of the big guys?
Well, those guys, and Robbie Brown has to be big on the power play, but what seems to win it for teams in the playoffs, the big guys do their thing and excel, but you always get the third and fourth liner who rises to the top and gives you a big performance. If we get that, we'll win. If the Rangers get it, they'll probably win.
In assessing your hockey club over the summer, is there any one specific position you'll try and work on to improve?
We're going to try to improve. I think we're going to stick with our goaltending, but we need a big, strong defenseman, and we also need a forward. It doesn't matter what position, a forward that can contribute right now, and we're going to look and we're going to make a couple of deals.
All right, thanks for stopping by, and good luck to you. It's going to be fun.
Thank you, John.
Back up to you, Sam.
Thanks, JD. Thanks to Tony Esposito. We're here at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena between periods 1 and 2. The Rangers and Penguins are tied 1-1, and we come back to New York Rangers hockey. We'll take a look at first period highlights. Stay with us.
It's March, and your Jeep Eagle dealer is blowing away the competition. You can get a legendary Jeep Wrangler for a price this low. Save this kind of money on a roomy Jeep Cherokee. Or get savings this big on a powerful Jeep Comanche. There's never been a better time to grab savings like these. But hurry, once these deals stop flying, it's all over till next March.
See your Tri-State Jeep Eagle dealer where you can always expect the best.
My head was down, I was feeling low. It was Saturday morning, my transmission wouldn't go. So I called up Gibraltar.
Fix it fast, fix it right.
Got me cruising on a Saturday night. Gibraltar got me cruising on a Saturday night. Cruising with Gibraltar. Holding my honey real tight. Cruising with Gibraltar. Singing the songs on the radio. And I'm the star of the show. Gibraltar keeps your car on the go.
When Budget Rent-A-Car put remodeling in their budget, they called us. When Midas wanted to beauticize, they called us. When Brick Church Appliance wanted to turn their customers on, they called us. And when Caldor went shopping for just the right look, they called us. We're Garden State Brick Face and Stucco. Whatever your budget, we'll make your building distinctive, fuel-efficient, and maintenance-free. Select from our exclusive masonry, real brick, and acrylic wall finishes to create an image that'll attract more customers. So if you'd like business to boom, like the big guys, do what over 30,000 building owners have done. Call Garden State Brick Face and Stucco. Now is the perfect time to call for your free estimate. Call 1-800-752-5210. That's 1-800-752-5210.
Welcome back to New York Rangers hockey. Take a look at the Penguins' power play goal. It comes real quick after the faceoff.
Well, Deblois thought he won the draw, then moved out away from Quinn. Quinn went to the net. The deflection play, the only shot that beat John Van Beesbrook during that period.
Each team with a power play goal. Teams are back on the ice. We'll be back with the second period in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Kip Parker Films, weighing in at 60 minutes of non-stop videocassette action, Wrestling Gold! They're all here. Randy, Macho Man Savage, Jerry Lawler, the Rock and Roll Express, Nick Bockwinkel, the Road Warriors, the Von Erichs, Hulk Hogan, and much more. Order now and also receive a second action-packed volume. See Tully Blanchard, Rick Rude, Ernie Ladd, Dick the Bruiser, Bobby Heenan, Ted DiBiase, Bruno Sammartino, and many more. You get 2 action videos for only $29.95 complete. Not sold in stores. Call our 24-hour hotline now.
To order your 2-volume set by credit card, call 1-800-932-4000 or send $29.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to Wrestling Gold, 1245G 10th Street, Monterey, California, 93940. That's Wrestling Gold, 1245G 10th Street, Monterey, California, 93940. Be sure to specify VHS or Beta.
Just underway, start of the second period. Rangers open up with Wilson, Granato, and Sandstrom. So that line reunited. Granato had 5 shots on goal in the first period. Wilson back pass to Petit, ahead for on goal, deflected and a save by Barrasso. Zalapski moves it up the boards for Callender. Pittsburgh going with Cullen, Callender, Bork, Zalapski, and Johnson. Van Beesbrook with a save, fires it out of the zone. Johnson stops it.
Sam, I'm not sure if Jan Eriksson is on the Rangers bench. Yes, he is. He's on the bench. He was the winger on this line in the first period, or parts of the first period. Jan Eriksson's back, maybe tightening up somewhat. Tony Granato will probably be double shifted because of that. Now he stays on the ice to work with Deblois and Nyland, the line that he played with in the first period.
And while we have a moment, I want to congratulate Linda and Tony Granato. They're expecting their first child. Congratulations to the Granatos.
I didn't know that, yes. What? The time off from my hockey game? Those things, nothing. John. By the way, Washington will open the playoffs without Ben Gustafson for the first 2 games. I understand there's a tragedy in the family. His dad passed away, and he will be going back tomorrow to Sweden for a few days to be with the family. And he will miss the first 2. They will be on home ice Wednesday and Thursday night. Who they're against, who knows?
Could be any of 3 teams. It's still up for grabs. Philadelphia in Montreal tonight. That game is late getting underway in Montreal. Apparently something going on at the Forum. They won't start till 9:05. Here's Loney across the line, driving one wide of the net and around the boards. Cullen keeps it in for Pittsburgh. Shaw gets to the puck. Hit by Bork. Gets it out of the zone. Shaw again. Cullen after him. Johnson taps at the loose puck. Bork puts it in the Rangers zone, and Leaf comes back together. Puck sent all the way down off the stick of Granato and into the Pittsburgh zone. And a whistle for an icing. I thought Granato had touched that puck, but the linesman ruled no, and the Rangers are called for icing. Look at Rob Brown, 112 points. He's got 48 goals, looking for a magical 50.
Joey Mullen scored his 50th last night in Calgary.
Yeah.
You know what I heard?
Way to go.
As you look at Rob Brown's numbers against the Rangers, 2 of those goals came in the last game in New York. And Rob Brown, remember, does not see eye to eye with John Van Beesbrook. Not exactly on each other's Christmas card
They're
list.
not in each other's fan club, huh?
Well, I'm thinking of Joey Mullen, and he scored his 50th. There's been some talk that Joey and Brian Mullen will be approached to do a movie on the Mullen family and the Mullen story, the success that they've had, and what a successful year it's been for the 2 of them, and a glowing season for their whole families.
That's great.
It'll be interesting to see if it happens. Same people, I understand, that were involved with Miracle on Ice. You know, I imagine they'll have to sit down with Larry Roush, their player agent, and discuss things and see if the time's right.
Cunningworth and Petit jabbing at each other with the sticks on the far side as the play begins off the faceoff. Just great for Joey Mullen, becoming the 2nd American-born player to score 50 goals. Bobby Crawford for the first. Hillier with the puck. 2 minutes gone by in the second period. Pass for Rob Brown is tipped into the Rangers zone. No, wasn't tipped. This is an icing.
Well, boy, team's taking chances, Sam. Lots of icings here as things do not start in the second period with a quick pace. I always like to coach Mario Lemieux. Pittsburgh is 12-1 when Lemieux scores 3 or more goals in one game. The one loss was his last game when he had 4 against Hartford. Kissio and Deblois standing with one another. Kissio not backing off whatsoever. Lemieux having words with Kissio. Phil Esposito was wondering how Kelly Kissio would do against Lemieux. They have Deblois on one line, Eriksson on one line, and Kissio on one line. Actually, here you see Kissio and Eriksson on the same line. I guess that is because of Lemieux.
Kept in by Petit. Dahlen's shot blocked.
It hit Hillier. Hillier was hit by a shot towards the end of the second period on the game here Thursday night with Hartford. He did not practice yesterday. He was sore. And here he gets hit again. And it looked like it was on the right leg. It was a snap shot or wrist shot from, I believe, Dahlen. And Hillier has been playing hurt. And he is important mainly because he plays with Paul Coffey. And they play well together. Hillier going down takes the shot on the outside of what looked like one of his legs. And in pain, he goes back to the Penguin bench. He's a smart player, a steady player, a good player. The player that was teamed with Ray Bork when Hillier was with Boston. Here he's teamed with Paul Coffey.
2 minutes, 16 seconds gone by in this second period. No score. Rangers have Eriksson, Dahlen, and Kissio on the ice with Petit and Hardy. Coffey with the puck. Lemieux, Airy, and Brown for Pittsburgh. Here comes Coffey. Save Van Beesbrook. Hardy. Nice give and go between Coffey and Brown, setting up a good scoring chance. Jim Johnson gets the pass. Broken up. Dahlen goes over for it. Jim Johnson on him. Dahlen knocked off the puck. Kissio is checked by Airy. Eriksson there with Lemieux. They battle. Erickson, good positioning. Kissio tied up by Jim Johnson. Puck is still alive.
Kissio stepped on the puck to control it, and therefore he couldn't be knocked away from him, and then he moved it ahead nicely.
Erickson's got it. Coffey after him. The shot intercepted in front by Lemieux, and he was able to clear the zone. Johnson with the puck. 1-1 the score. 16:35 to go, second period. Johnson to Coffey. Leach is there as Coffey moves in. Lost control. Shaw clears the zone. Coffey went flying. The puck comes all the way down.
And Lemieux's shifts now are starting to extend longer in periods of time. He has been on the ice here for almost 2 shifts.
Mullen with a steal. He's double teamed and the puck taken back by Buskus. Here comes Kevin Stevens. LaFleur on him. Leach takes it away from his former teammate. They played together at Boston College and on the U.S. Olympic team last year. DeBlois stops it from getting to Lemieux twice. Blocked by Stevens. Good job by Kevin Stevens, but Leach moves the puck. Out in the zone, Jolly Zalapski for Pittsburgh.
Well, Sam Lemieux has seen 3 players during this shift.
LaFleur with a steal, moving in on Buskus. Across to Mullen. Shot blocked by Stevens. Playoff-type defense we're seeing here. Tight checking in the second period.
Lemieux goes to the bench now. DeBlois goes to the bench. Lemieux saw Kissio, he saw Erickson, and he saw DeBlois during one shift.
Cunningworth bumped by Shaw. Stevens gets to the puck, centers, and it's broken up by Brian Mullen coming back. Good play, and Mullen brings it out. LaFleur on the right, Wilson on the left. Mullen still with a puck. Off his stick, Buskus takes it. Knocked away to Wilson. Wilson trying to come out in front. Zalapski stays with him. Zalapski wrestles down Wilson, who one-hands it into the corner. Barrasso has to play it. Around the boards. Past Granato. And out comes Dan Quinn. And Beesbrook stops it for David Shaw. A little over 5 minutes gone by in the second period. Granato's pass broken up and taken away by Hannon. Patrick comes back for it. Patrick's pass intended for Granato, a little too far. And Barrasso steers it aside. Sampson comes off the bench to play the puck. Patrick for Turcotte. Turcotte moving in against Johnson. Taken down. Nothing called there. It was close. Johnson goes for the puck. Johnson trying to come out of the zone. Give it back to the Rangers. Hardy is paired with Poshek. Poshek for Turcotte. And broken up in center by Bork and taken by Hannon. Hardy goes back to play it. Very few shots on goal thus far in the second period. Rangers with 1, Penguins with 2. We played 6 minutes.
One of those 2 was a great shot by Paul Coffey that John Van Beesbrook gloved down.
Fans roar as Hardy took down Lemieux. Nothing called. Turcotte breaks up that centering pass intended for Erie. Lemieux still on the ice as the puck is sent all the way down and icing will be called.
Mark Hardy looked up immediately, looked right over to Denny Morrell, and I think he was thankful nothing was called on the play.
I told you you should have gotten some coverage on this car when you rented it. But no, please. It's American Express.
You're all set, Mr. Boyer.
But I didn't register. Or anything.
Well, since you rented your car with the American Express card, coverage is automatic.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Just relax for a second, okay? Do you handle medical emergencies? Talk.
Collision damage coverage now automatic for all our card members.
After tonight's game, stay tuned for the Channel 9 News Weekend Edition, the latest on news, sports, and weather. Highlights of Seton Hall's victory over Duke. Congratulations to the Pirates, who will play for the National Championship Monday night in Seattle. 95-78, they beat Duke. Stay tuned for news, sports, and weather here on WWOR-TV Channel 9 right after the game.
The Rangers have played fine. The pairings are a little mixed up. David Shaw has missed a little time. He's put his helmet back on the bench now. And maybe they'll get the pairings back to what they were in the first period.
Here comes Erie. Back pass to the point. Coffey shanked the shot. Lemieux looking for a deflection, but Erickson a great job of tying him up in front. Here comes Erickson down against Coffey. He shoots high off the glass. Along the boards, Kissio. Kissio, Nyland, and Erickson on for the Rangers. Erickson for Nyland. He's wrapped up by Hilliard and gave it away to Lemieux. Puck deflected by Brian Leach into the Rangers bench. And exactly 7 minutes gone by in the second period as you look at the NHL's leading scorer with 196 points. He's had 26 games this season in which he's had 4 points or more.
Erickson staying with Lemieux. What the Rangers are doing in their defensive zone is the shadow job. Erickson on Lemieux here until he's sure that his team has control of the puck. Now he releases from Lemieux. Deblois did the same thing during his last shift. As soon as he sees that Pittsburgh was going to control the puck, immediately Lemieux has to be shadowed.
Stéphane Richer has scored for Montreal in the first period, late in the first period, and Montreal with a 1-0 lead on Philadelphia. Wilson knocking down the puck, gave it to Granato for the shot. Save Barrasso off the glove. Good shot by Granato. Wilson centering it. Karam's in front. Granato shot deflects wide. Quinn moves the puck out of the zone. Patrick knocks it down. Boschek to Patrick quickly. Rangers moving the puck very quickly. Wilson comes in. Checked by Busquets. Granato goes down. Tied up with Cunningworth. Patrick for Sandstrom. Granato sets up in front. He bangs with Busquets. Meanwhile, play continues and Cunningworth has it. Takes a whack from Granato and moves out. Penalty call. Stevens went flying. Sandstrom will go. Power play for Pittsburgh. Play stops with 12 to go, second period. And the Penguins have a power play coming up.
BF Goodrich TA Radios. Grab. Dig. Perform. The all-weather comp TA is low and wide. Outlast Pirelli P600 and Goodyear Eagle GT Plus 4. BF Goodrich TA Radials. Think of them as athletic shoes for your car.
Do we know how they did today? Yankees and Mets play the completion of their home-and-home series. They played at Yankee Stadium today. They play at Shea Stadium tomorrow. You can see it at WWOR-TV Channel 9 at 1:30. Final game of the exhibition season, and the Yankees won today. The Mets and Yankees at Shea tomorrow, and the Mets open up on Monday against the Cardinals.
Monday's the big day, huh? The Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds get it going.
Sandstrom on the penalty for hooking at 7:48. Penguins' third power play of the game. They're 1 for 2. Rangers are 1 for 4 on the power play. 1-1 is the score. Sandstrom has scored for the Rangers. Quinn for Pittsburgh. Coffey, Zalapsky, Quinn, Brown, and Lemieux for the power play. Coffey moves in with a shot. Score! Big blast by Paul Coffey. Penguins lead 2-1. 30th goal of the season for Paul Coffey.
Sam, Coffey started behind his own net, took the assist, or will get the assist by Barrasso, moved down the ice. The Rangers all collapsed to one side, and what a rocket. Only 2 players in the league have taken more shots on goal than Paul Coffey has, and that's Yzerman and Nichols. Goal number 30 for Paul Coffey. What a blast, what a player. Offensively, nobody better as a defenseman.
4th time he has scored 30 or more goals in a season. And the Penguins have the lead for the first time in the game. Nyland feeding Granato. Back for Nyland. Save. Barrasso tries to control the rebound. Deblois will go. He knocked down Bob Airy. Penalty call. Deblois going for the puck. Knocked Airy down into the boards. And the Penguins will go right back onto the power play.
And they have 2 power play goals. This is a penalty to the Rangers in the offensive zone. Granato moved the puck across. The save was made by Tom Barrasso from in front. Watch Deblois work on Airy. There's a cross check from about 8 feet out from the boards. And and Deblois gets the call. Cross-checking in the offensive zone. And the league's best power play, as far as numbers go to work again.
When you're hot, you're hot.
Your quality Ford dealer is hot with 9 new Fords priced under $99.99. Choose from Ford Escort LX, Tempo GL, Festiva LX, Ranger XLT, Mustang LX, Escort Wagon, Tempo 4-door, Ranger STX, and Escort GT. 9 Fords under $99.99. And that's before you make your best deal. Your tri-state quality Ford dealers are hot.
Ford dealer, when you're hot,
Devlois for cross-checking at 8:24, and the Penguins get their 4th power play. They are 2 for 3, which gives them a league-leading record total of 117 power play goals this season. That's a lot of power play goals. Zalapsky, Coffey, Quinn, Brown, and Lemieux for the power play, and both times they scored real quick on the power play.
Well, the first time was off the face-off in the Rangers zone. The second time it was Coffey from one zone all the way down the ice to the other zone, and the big shot.
That goal was Coffey from Barrasso at 8:08. Coffey's 30th goal of the season. Zalapsky also assisting on that goal. Zalapsky at the point for Coffey. Looking, has room to come down. Slides it behind Lemieux. Granato gets to the puck. Try to beat Zalapsky out of the zone. Eriksson takes it out. Eriksson brings it across. Now Hardy moves in. For Granato is a little behind him. Saw Granato open. He was going to take the shot. Quinn took down Granato and gets out of the zone. Lemieux taken out by Petit. Hardy's going down all over the place as Hardy took down Brown. Puck deflects high into the air and out of the zone. 50 seconds to go on the Pittsburgh power play. 10:25 to go. Second period. Penguins 2, Rangers 1. Off the corner boards. Van Beesbroek trying to clear it. Deflected off Petit. Just wide of the net. Now it's cleared all the way down. Granato going for it. Johnson comes over. Granato hit by Johnson. Jock Callender sends it ahead for Paul Coffey. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Coffey pulls up. Looking. Shooting. Save Van Beesbroek. Up into the air. Batted by Shaw. Back to the point. Johnson. Now Cunningham. Coffey with room. To Cunningham. Hits a post. Lemieux behind the net. He had a big opening, and Cunningham just went wide with that shot. Lemieux moves it around for Callender. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Shaw with a check. Moves it to Mullen. Mullen clears the zone. The power play is over. 9:35 to go.
Is Coffey on fire here in this period or what? He's making a lot. And I mean a lot of the proper plays, finding the open men with his pass, shooting the puck well.
Mullen with a steal, sends it toward the net, deflected, knocked aside by Barrasso. Coffey moves it up the boards to Cunningham. Lead for Callender. Lemieux comes across, gets the pass, and shoots. Save Van Beesbroek. Callender plays it into the corner. Shaw there for the Rangers. Penguins had 1 shot on goal on that last power play. Fans like the way the Penguins are playing and roar their approval. Another sellout crowd here at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. They've had a great season attendance-wise. Pretty good season, record-wise, too, for them. A record number of wins for the Penguins.
17-12-4 in the Patrick Division going into tonight's action.
And in the playoffs for the first time since 1982. Sandstrom picks up the puck and shoots off the glove of Barrasso, but the Rangers were offside going in. We'll be right back.
The Mazda RX-7. Like to get another look at the fastest-selling sports car in the world? Mazda challenges you to find a better deal on a sports car or a better warranty. But don't wait till the dust settles. Because right now, factory-to-dealer cash incentives can save you up to $2,000. And that'll make the RX-7 move faster than ever.
See your local Mazda dealer today and save up to $2,000 on RX-7.
This Bud's for all you great fans. Yes, to everyone who supports the Rangers, win, lose, or draw, for all you do. This Bud's for you. On the net, Gordonine, number 5, moves it.
I might have a putt after this game, Sam, just to figure out this full day.
Bill Bork moves in. Bork around the net, centers. Loney with a shot blocked by Poshek. Poshek with a hit on Loney. Wilson to the puck. Now Patrick comes out. 8:15 to go. Second period. Penguins leading 2-1. Rangers playing their first game under new head coach Phil Esposito, who's taken over and will remain as head coach through next season. Head coach and general manager, and as John mentioned, possibility of some restructuring. Here's Stevens coming in, drops to Quinn. The shot wide. Honeyworth trying to send it toward the net, deflects up into the air. Some restructuring where there'll be an added assistant coach or possibly a co-coach hired. Sandstrom all over Zalewski, takes him down.
A lot more responsibility for Joey Bacchino, too, said Phil Esposito.
Kissio feeding Petit. He's in. He shoots. Save made. And the rebound's up into the crowd. Hit the scoreboard just under the upper deck.
I don't know if that puck hit Barrasso or if it hit Lindy Ruff, who was in the crease. We'll see where the face-off remains, whether it's inside or outside the zone. It looks like it will be inside the zone. Petit comes in late, just coming in from the blue line now. He's wide open. And look at the traffic in front, 4 different players. And I think that went off the glove hand of Tom Barrasso up into the stands. Petit had an open side to shoot at.
7:29 to go in the second period. Penguins with the 2-1 lead. Look at Tony Esposito pacing in the upper boxes here at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. The Penguins win, they get second place. If the Rangers win, they would be in second place, and the action tomorrow night would decide who would finish second.
Look around this building and you see a full house. Maybe the extra gate at home means something, doesn't it? A lot of dollars involved in Tony Esposito's job, his finance as well as anything else.
Petit moving down. Back pass to Hardy. Toward the net, blocked. Penguins come out. Loney with the puck. Quinn wide left. Loney moves in. Blocked by Petit. Petit takes the puck. Taken down. Penguins try to keep it in. Petit trying to freeze it along the boards. Ruff battling with Hannon.
Sam Petit with a great play. Blocked a shot from Loney. Then he covered up the puck. And while this was happening, Mark Hardy was the other defenseman. He did not have a stick. He lost it back at center ice. So Petit was able to calm things down as far as the Penguins go with the puck.
For the pride, for the dream, for the love, for the team, for the sweat, for the strive, for the reason you strive.
For all you do, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser.
Well, things have not settled down. Mark Hardy and Rod Buskus have dropped the gloves. They've been wrestling.
Ruff has already been ushered to the penalty box. Ruff and Quinn were about to get at each other. And then away from everybody was Buskus and Hardy. And away they go. Linesman will now let them cool off. Morrell sent all the other players up outside the top of the circle. 3 Penguins standing by themselves, 3 Rangers standing by themselves. There you get a good shot of it. Things broken up now.
So what did all that prove?
That proves that they're going to get at least 10-minute misconducts plus the 5-minute fighting majors.
Oh, that can't be fighting. That wasn't fighting.
No?
No.
What was it?
That was little
you did boxing last night. I don't know, what was it?
The greatest show on earth, Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, is in town. Its annual show continuing at Madison Square Garden through Sunday, April 23rd. Don't miss the final farewell tour of the legendary Gunther Gable Williams. Tickets on sale at the Garden box office through Ticketmaster outlets or by calling 212-307-7171. On the scoreboard in the National Hockey League this afternoon, Rob Chimetta, #1 draft pick for Boston, scored 2 goals. Bruins won in Quebec 5-4. Montreal, a goal by Stéphane Richer, leading Philadelphia 1-0. New Jersey, John McClain has 2 goals, leading Washington 3-2. That's in the second. Chicago trailing Hartford 2-1. Chicago just 2 points ahead of Toronto in the battle for the last playoff spot in the Norris. Islanders and Buffalo tied 3-3. Pat LaFontaine has his 43rd goal in that one.
And Toronto plays in St. Louis later tonight. And tomorrow night, Toronto's in Chicago, and that could settle everything.
I was wrong. Hardy and Buskus, 5 minutes each for fighting. Quinn and Ruff, 2 minutes each for roughing. 12:51 the time of all penalties.
I was wrong. No misconduct penalties handed out.
Hillier centers, intercepted by Leach in front. Penguins leading 2-1, just under 7 minutes to go in the second. Leach bringing it in against Coffey. Coffey takes it away. Good play. Pass intended for Hillier. Shaw sends it back in.
What you're seeing here in the second period is the Penguins, away from the play, are grabbing the Ranger players and knocking them down as the team starts to get into the play, and they're getting away with it, and they're doing it smartly.
Leach broke up the play. Hillier takes it back for Pittsburgh. Penguins goals by Dan Quinn and Paul Coffey. Ranger goal by Tomas Sandstrom. All goals scored on the power play. That puck lifted up, hit the scoreboard, and play is stopped. I was in Milwaukee yesterday, John, and they're talking expansion there. The Admirals and the International League drew 8,000 to their game at the Bradley Center. They have a brand new arena. They're hoping to get an expansion franchise in Milwaukee. And my good friends, Patty and Rick Cohen got married tonight, and I wish them all the best. Congratulations on their wedding. They're hoping for expansion, too.
1991. I think there will be expansion in the league. I don't know where, but I think there will be, and Milwaukee has to be a prime candidate, as does some areas around Los Angeles, so they can help that franchise keep it going.
Lloyd Pettit, the driving force in Milwaukee, hoping to get a franchise. They've got a beautiful new arena there.
By the way, Hillier, Paul Coffey's partner on defense, has gone to the Penguin locker room. He was limping noticeably with his right leg.
Renato in with the puck, back pass to Leach. Quick shot, save for Rosso. As Nyland set a screen in front, the puck cleared out of the zone. 6 minutes to go in the second period. Leach across, surrounded, knocked away. Deblois back to Leach. For Wilson, he was bumped by Johnson. Coffey takes the puck out. Lemieux wide left, off his skate, and in the Ranger zone.
That's one of the few passes that Paul Coffey does not complete. He's usually very accurate. That one wasn't.
Deblois checked Lemieux. Meanwhile, the Penguins keep it in. Johnson shot, save Van Beesbrook, and he clears it aside. Got off his glove. Good hit in the corner by Shaw on Airy. As the puck is sent all the way down. Coffey back for it. Puck's coming all the way down. Rangers have to play it. And Beesbrook moves it around the boards. Patrick goes for it, but it's kept in by Cunnyworth to Kevin Stevens. Cunnyworth along the boards. Back into the corner. Stevens tied up by Patrick. Puck moved along, and Shaw there to play it. Hannon on him. Sandstrom gets it out of the zone. Coffey to Dineen. 5 minutes to go in the second period. Rangers wind up the regular season at home tomorrow night against the New York Islanders. Penguins will play in Pittsburgh, where they won earlier this season. Their first win since 1974 in Philadelphia. Along the boards, Shaw tying up Cunnyworth. The puck moved out of the zone. Rather, he tied up Kevin Stevens. Kolowski back for it.
Sam, the Whalers had 2-on-1s, they had 3-on-1s, they had everything. In this game, the Rangers haven't had that luxury. The Penguins playing a lot smarter between the blue lines and picking up checks. Those individual meetings they had with their coaching staff over the last couple of days, plus their own meetings amongst the players themselves, must have helped.
Cunnyworth roughed up Sandstrom, so Sandstrom hits Zalapski. Meanwhile, Phil Bourque comes down with the puck. Bourque moving in, lost control. Cunnyworth gets to it, centers all the way through. Petit ties up Cullen. Sandstrom out with the puck. Zalapski back. Sandstrom dropped to Kissio. Kissio to Sandstrom. Back for Kissio. Blocked by Zalapski. Back pass from Mullen to Petit. The pass across blocked by Bourque. Koshek and Bourque go for the puck. Koshek there first. Sent in by Cunnyworth. And offside whistle against the Penguins. 3:46 to go. Second period. Penguins a 2-1 lead.
Hey, Herbert Fisher. Have you met Herb Grant?
Herb Grant, Tacoma.
Herb's in the plumbing business.
Yeah, I'm all backed up.
Herb, you know these bums? Herb Riddick, Herb Kaplan.
Hi.
So, the wife and kids are good?
Herb Jr.'s almost 12.
Whoa, next thing you know, there'll be a Herbert Jr.
If it's out there, it's in here. The 9X Yellow Pages. Why would anyone need another?
Freddy Krueger invites you to stay with Channel 9 tonight for an hour of spine-tingling chills and horror. No need to be afraid, or is there? It's A Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy tonight at 11:30 on 9. Call John, he'll keep you company and ease those nightmares. Patrick paired with Petit on defense. Lemieux forechecking. Erickson takes the puck. Patrick coming forward. Lee to Kissio. Patrick couldn't get there. Coffey takes it. Airy clears the zone. Stopped by Petit. Brown had trouble clearing the zone. Now Coffey bringing it down. Petit is there. Coffey looking. Airy heading for the net. Van Beesbrook stops inside of the net. And Lafleur takes the puck. Brown forechecking. Around for Brian Leach. Now Petit. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Following the second period, we'll have Chris Nyland in our studio. We'll chat with him live. Rob Brown has the puck and brings it out. Leach is there. Leach takes Brown. Brown tries to move by him. Leach moves the puck up the boards, taken back by Kevin Stevens. He scores! Great play by Kevin Stevens. And the Penguins have a 3-1 lead. The first even strength goal of this game.
A tremendous play by Stevens just to be able to release the shot itself. You'll see the Rangers fire the puck up the boards. There was a line change going on. Now watch Stevens retrieve the puck and get the puck onto the forehand side and then pay the price. He got hammered after he released the shot. Leach will fire the puck up the boards here. Stevens is coming off the bench. He controls it. Shaw moves over. Boom! The big collision. But credit Stevens with a great play to release the shot through the legs of John Van Beesbrook. A 3-1 Penguin lead.
Kevin Stevens, called up from the International League a few weeks ago, has had 8 goals in the last 16 games. 2 goals for the Penguins here in the second period. Stevens with his 9th from Brown and Airy at 17-23. Pittsburgh with a 3-1 lead. Leach to the puck. Dolan, 3-on-2 Rangers. Nyland for Dolan. It comes to Granato. Shot blocked by Deneen. Dolan with a shot. Stick save. Barrasso. Tom Barrasso, who was bombed Thursday night for 9 goals. Here's Shaw with a shot. Save Barrasso. Barrasso on his game tonight. He has been very sharp. Cunningworth trying to freeze it. Dolan is down on the ice, shaken up. Dolan took the shot and then was knocked down.
I did not see what happened on the play. I was watching Tony Granato because he had one glove knocked off, and I was watching to see if he was going to be slashed across that open hand and perhaps something serious happened to him. I did not see Dolan get knocked down. Dolan gets up, and he's looking around for the official. He got hit from behind from what I've been told. We will see Dolan. The puck will come to him, and there he takes the stick across the back of the head from one of the Penguin players that looked like Dan Quinn on the play. He took a stick beneath the helmet on the back of the head, a cross-check, and I don't know if that's the play that knocked him down or not.
1:51 remaining in the second period. Penguins leading the New York Rangers 3-1. 2 goals here in the second period by Paul Coffey, a power play goal, and Kevin Stevens. Barrasso stops the puck for Coffey. Lets it clear. Patrick chasing after it. The Penguins, who have struggled defensively, played very well tonight.
A good second period defensively. The quality shot difference between their last game with Hartford and this game with the Rangers is black and white. It's night and day. It's unbelievable.
Airy dropping it into the Rangers zone. Penguins have held an opponent to under 4 goals only once in the last 9 games. They're doing an outstanding job defensively tonight. Good forechecking. Loney forechecking on Patrick. Petit takes the pass. Sandstrom. Less than a minute to go in the second period. Wilson comes off the boards. Sandstrom behind the net. Lemieux with a check on Sandstrom, takes the puck away. Here comes Coffey. Coffey gets in, slowed down by Wilson, who whacks at him with a stick. Pass to Lemieux. Backhander in front. save, Van Beesbrook. He lifted up the left glove, and he robbed Bob Airy.
And there's a slashing penalty coming up to the Rangers. Michel Petit, I think, will get the penalty. He broke his stick. The blade of his stick was broken on the play. And Coffey and Lemieux play on the ice at the same time. Coffey and his defense mate will be on the ice whenever Lemieux's out there, and what a pair they make. Watch this save from Bob Airy, off Bob Airy by the goaltender Van Beesbrook. And in behind the play is where Michel Petit takes the penalty. And the Rangers will be in trouble here if they continue to take penalties against this power play. Here's the slash on the ankle of Bob Airy, which broke the blade of his hockey stick. And we're seeing a Coffey show here in the second period.
Petit has been given 4 minutes. And 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct. 2 for slashing, 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct. So now it's the Rangers taking the bad penalties.
We talked about Pittsburgh taking a lot of unnecessary penalties in important games this season. Right now, the Rangers are right in that category, and they are digging themselves some type of hole against this Pittsburgh squad in a big hockey game. There's no excuse for this whatsoever.
Penguins already have 2 power play goals. They lead 3-1. They're 2 for 4 on the power play, and they will have a man advantage. 4 minutes. Double minors to Petit. Granato clears. Rangers have Granato, Deblois, Patrick, and Hardy on. 28 seconds to go in the second period. Zalapski with Coffey, Quinn, Brown, and Lemieux. Patrick intercepts and clears.
Sammy, what you end up here was a situation where the Rangers could be shorthanded for 3.5 minutes to start the third period, already trailing by 2 goals. That deprives you of time to get back into the game.
Brown to Lemieux. Lemieux holding. Back to Zalapski. Oh, just missed Quinn on the deflection. Put in front, save Van Beesbrook off Brown as the period comes to an end. 3:24 remaining on the 2 minors to Petit.
Something may be happening here. Good play by Gordy Brassiker. The linesman got down to the goal line, was watching the play and the clock. The referee watched everything on the ice. On a tight play at the end of a period, the linesman's job is to do that, and they got it done.
The officials just want to separate the players and get them off the ice. Penguins score 2 in the second period. Coffey and Stevens score them, and it's Pittsburgh 3, Rangers 1, end of 2. Back to talk with Chris Nyland in just a moment.